being at the goddamn corner store, hanging out. I ain't selling no dope, no nothing. Now y'all got all this ruckus going on. Y'all got these folks down here pulling over good, working hard ass people, goddamn. You know what I mean? You in the house where you should have been at first, man. Ain't no young niggas getting locked up right now. Ain't no but older people getting locked up, man. Bring your bitch ass back outside now, hoe ass young nigga. Y'all got these folks up here terrorizing our ass right now. And you got your bitch ass in the house. I don't see where all the guns that y'all be having on y'all at the store and shit, man. You don't see none of that shit. You niggas scared, man. You shake ass niggas, man. You niggas ain't really about that life, man. Stay up in the house when they leave too. Weak ass. For real, you piss me off with that shit, bro. I ain't no young outside.
I ain't seen a ski mask in 2 weeks.
I ain't seen one in 2 weeks.
Ski mask.
Bro, I ain't seen no ski mask on, bro. I ain't seen nobody. Hey, have y'all seen a ski mask? Have y'all seen them in the store with Dracos and shit? Yeah, they at the house on the game now. Oh, y'all want to go get on the game now, don't it? Shit got real, didn't it? Bitch ass nigga.
I want to say this. Shout out to this black man here. He has a very valid point. And before anybody comes into the comment section talking about, well, if black man wasn't sitting up there, shut up. Just shut up. Just 1000%. Just shut up. Because somehow, some way, no matter which way you sit up there and slice it, somebody will open their mouth and be like, oh, well, it's the black guy. Shut up. Just 100% shut up. The main point of this man's video is to point out the fact of how you have a lot of these young dudes out here talking about, oh, we run the streets, we run the cities, we run these areas, can't nobody come in without asking us, people gotta check in and all this other. Yeah, so where all them fools at to talk about like people gotta check in, make the white man check in, make the government officials check in, make the National Guard check in, make the military check in. You only run all of that check-in culture. You only run your hoods and all this other type of stuff when you see your own folks. When you see this further proves the main thing that everybody else has been saying for the longest time possible. There is no credibility to any of the people that say that they run a street. You don't own it. Your fathers, your uncles and everything been down on them blocks. Your best friends been down on them blocks. Any male friends that your father grew up with been down on those blocks. That's all those blocks are, is death. And you talking about you own it. You right, you own death. So this is exactly why you are in a sense able to live within it and live around it, because that's all you know. That's what you prescribe to, right? That is your medication. You don't know nothing else. The moment in time you happen to see life, you automatically want to make sure it does not cease to exist, or if it does exist, it's going to have a very short stint at this moment in time, and that's because, quote unquote, you say so because you own the block. It's crazy how a lot of these dudes out here, these young boys out here, they can run rampant. They got the shiesty mask and all this other type of stuff. They got the Dracos, the Glocks, and all of this. Got the switch, right? Be spraying up the blocks, but magically, you don't see them. When the police is coming through, when the military is coming through, when the National Guard is coming through, you don't see them when the government is coming through. I'm like, yo, what happened? I thought you was hard out here in these streets. I thought no man was harder than you. I thought no man could stand taller than you on your own block. What happened? Why you running? Why you inside right now trying to sit up there and start up your character on 2K? Why you not playing wrestling? Why you locked in the house for like the last week playing Madden? Why are you so focused now playing Fortnite and, playing a brand new Battlefield? What happened? What's going on? Now you want to be an anime fan? Now you catching up on anime now? But you a drug dealer? You up here ripping and running through the streets? You and your partners? That's some crazy work. This further shows, like I said before, you got a lot of people out here that are cowards. And that's 1000%. And that's being shown. It is being shown. Like I said, you're not going to see none of these dudes out here talking about we about to pull up on the National Guard. We about to pull up on the military. You can't come around these parts. You got to check in with us. Right. Sure. And they're going to roll right over you with a tank. Good luck. And now your whole house is about to sit up there and get cleared out. Good luck. Like I said, man, it's crazy. As a lot of elders before me has stated, that you got a lot of black folks, they got energy for the black people, but they don't got none for those who basically oppress them and threw them into a type of subjugation. None of those who have performed all types of laws and rules based on their skin color and any of those, they don't have no type of energy, no type of stand up for none of those folks. And this is, again, where I have to kind of segue, I guess you can say segue, directly to the parents. And I'm talking about both the black men and black women, because both of y'all are a part of the problem and the issue, because these boys out here are 51 and 50 of another, right? And what I meant by 51, I meant 50 of one and then 50 of another. But like I said before, it's crazy how we always had this conversation that tends to happen where you have black women that would sit up and say, well, if black men were fathers and rah, 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 right? And then you'll have the black men out there that will sit up and look at the black women and sit up and say, well, if you guys would allow us to, see our kids and be around our kids and rah, rah. This is both of y'all problems. Y'all both at fault for the reason that these young boys and these girls are ripping and running directly through these streets. Y'all are both at fault because y'all are so busy bickering and arguing with one another that you can't even come together and actually be parents. So the child has to see their way through a different avenue or the streets or whatnot or whatever that's going to raise them, and now they become the product that you clearly see. That's crazy. They were a jacked up product from a facility dealing with both parents initially, and then it became even more broken once the streets or whoever else got their hands directly on it. Like I said, man, I need a lot of parents out here in the black community to actually be parents. And for anybody who wants to specifically state, because I know how some people get, because too many times, even on my own platform, I've talked about black men not being there, not raising their kids and all those things. But I also brought up the fact that the CDC, the government, has stated themselves, and again, they're not looking for a trophy or anything like that. They don't gain anything from any positive news like this. They stated themselves that black men are both in and around their children's lives more than any other group of men in the United States. So again, I'm not sure how people still get caught up on the narrative of trying to say that, black men ain't there. Black men are there. I just want to put that out there. Black men are there. But the other thing that I want to, put and highlight, just as much as people want to sit up and say that, oh, black women are the mothers and this is that and the third and all this stuff, just because you can have a child does not automatically make you a mother. Does not automatically make you a parent. There's a lot of women out here that have been getting pregnant by 9 different dudes and got 9 different kids. That she is not a mother. That she's basically just like an incubator. She's, some type of in yard hatching production facility. That's not a mother. That's not a mother. You're not going to specifically be able to 100% certainty be able to guide each and every one of those kids by way of you having them with 9 different guys. That's a multitude of different personalities. Like I said, you don't know what's happening. You don't know what you're hatching up at this moment in time. Let's say 6 of them could be fine, but the next 3 could basically be murderers, schizophrenic, bipolar, or whatnot, or whatever. Like I said, you don't know specifically what could happen, but this is what happens again when you jump from person to person to person and mixing DNA with DNA and DNA, not doing any tests, not getting to know the person, but you're just looking at a lot of these kids as a paycheck. And that's another thing that a lot of people do not want to talk about. People want to talk about all the time how you got a lot of women in the black community that are just here raising these kids and that's all they know, that's all they do. You got a lot of women that look at them as money because it's the easiest route versus working, versus going to college, versus being an entrepreneur, versus getting their hands dirty, versus having one to two jobs to basically keep themselves afloat. Sitting up there, laying down with a dude and popping out a baby every 9 months. That pretty much is suitable for, some women directly out there. They find that to be a more suitable job, especially with the money that the government and whoever else is basically going to give them, and how the housing that they have will be, subsidized, or the rent or whatnot or whatever requirements for it will be, slashed dramatically by 80 to 90%. So what I'm saying is, all in all, both factors for black men and black women have their good and they're bad and they're ugly. Both the groups really need to stop doing, this back and forth, because ain't none of y'all winning. Everybody's losing, especially these kids. and especially the community. Like I said, ain't nobody winning. Everybody is losing. But it's like y'all are so blind, deaf, and stupid that you don't even understand how it is that because both of you guys are hurt, you're inevitably going to hurt the community by way of the product of your child or your children that you leave directly out here to be taught by the streets or the other folks directly out here. Like I said, that's some crazy work. That's 100% some crazy work, and black people need to get themselves together real quick. If you don't, somebody else will, and when somebody else gets you together, you're not gonna like it. Like I said, at the end of the day, you're not going to like it at all. But like I said, shout out to this man and everything that he stated, because again, he is 100% correct. And it's crazy how you got old folks getting caught up in some stuff that might not have anything to do with nothing, getting harassed and all this other type of stuff, when really the military is there to get all of the people that ain't supposed to be there, like the killers, the drug dealers, and all this other type of stuff, and the young ones. They supposed to be getting locked up away from society because they can't add anything to society, because they're not trying to. They don't want to. All they want is death, destruction, and chaos. Even if somebody wants to give them the opportunity to do better, they factory default reset into the negative, into that cesspool for clear cut, no reason at all. Like I said, some people, as I stated before, some people you're not meant to help, you just can't. Some people are just here to be the present example that they are currently just born to be. And that's just it. It's realistically that simple. If a person wants to change and are willing to change, then they will change. If a person is offered the opportunity to change, chances are very great that they're never going to change. The change has to come from directly within. If it's not within, it's just not going to happen, because only you can do what's best for you. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.